Hello, I'm Tim Krul. Welcome to Norwich City Central.
Hi guys, Lewis, Norwich City Central, welcome back to another video. Load of Villa fans, I know they're going to swarm these videos. Fair play to Villa, they deserve to beat us, deserve to thrash us, you were the better team. Good set of fans as well, but I've already uploaded my match review and I don't even think I showed how angry I was. I'm absolutely fuming with that result, and I'm fuming with just how defensively we was inept, just how dreadful we were throughout the whole game. And Amadou and Godfrey can't continue on. A few weeks ago, I was ecstatic. I was over the moon, obviously beating Manchester City in what will go down as a historic win and one of the biggest shocks in Premier League history. But since then, we've defended woefully, only scored the one goal, and we was lucky to score that today. And if we continue playing like this, we are going to go down. Simple as that. We have to change something. Stick to Farke's philosophy. Stick to this attacking style of play. But we need something better in the midfield and defensively, because defending like that, we will go down. Social media have reacted to our 5-1 loss to Villa. It's not pretty. Mark says, no control of the midfield, very lightweight, all over the pitch, careless in possession, still had more than enough chances to have scored at least a couple of goals, but the confidence is gone. Decision making in and around the box is disgusting. Phil for Pookie, no service. That's a good point I wanted to make. We did get into some promising positions, but the final ball was woeful. And look, Norwich City got a lot of injury problems, but still a lot of the first team players who played in the Championship still play today, so there's no excuses for that. But one player I feel like we were missing was Ono Hernandez. His pace in behind, his ability to do something different, his ability to, he scored quite a few goals last season. He scored more than Buendia. We are missing Ono Hernandez and his decision making. But yeah, the confidence has gone, and lightweight in midfield is just dreadful. Parry says, this should be a major wake-up call. No excuse for shitty performances like this, even with our injuries. Yep. Look, the bench was very poor, but as I said, the first team was still very good today, and just defensively was all over the place. The first goal for Wesley, Ben Godfrey's keeping him on side, and how Ben Godfrey and Amadou just easily let Wesley score, embarrassing. The second goal, Wesley has the whole of the box pretty much to score, and it's just dreadful. And obviously they kept showing clips of Prince William and his family. They were certainly enjoying the away day, not the Norwich fans. James Hastings, good lad. He says, nothing short of an embarrassment this. 20 goals conceded already this season. Midfield is non-existent at the moment. Cannot keep looking for sympathy with our injury list. Yep, completely agree. Kenny McLean and No Leitner were just completely embarrassed. Leitner today, I've always been a fan, much more of a bigger fan of Mario Rancic personally. I feel like he can do what Mo Leitner does, but add a lot more quality in the final third. But they were just completely overrun in the midfield. Jack Grealish, Hurahan, John McGinn just kept swarming forward and forward and forward, and we just were humiliated, and the Villa fans were absolutely loving it. Chris Meadows says, I hope today in the Man City win finally wake up to the value of Alex Tettey shielding the defence. It's going to be a long season if he or Amadou isn't sitting in the midfield. Good point, Nat. Look, the defenders like Godfrey, Lewis and Aarons are going to get, and Amadou are going to get the stick, but it's the whole team who needs to defend better. Cantwell, Buendia, Stupem and even Pookie today. I don't think they got back enough. I think there was so much room, especially in that first half in which they was all sitting up front, and midfielders just kept swarming. So it's the whole team who was poor. But certainly agree, Amadou or Tettey need to be in there. Tettey was so crucial in kind of shielding the defence, and Amadou is not a centre-back. And look, Norwich City have got a lot of injuries. Quite a few of them are going to be back after the international break, which is good. But the centre-back area is the main concern, because Close is out for the whole season and Zimbo won't be back till January. So that means we've got Godfrey and Hanley or Godfrey and Amadou. And Hanley clearly isn't rated by Farke, but we need to have Hanley in there because he's a better centre-back. I feel like he's a better centre-back in my opinion than Amadou. Amadou was quality against Man City, but Amadou I think is better in the central midfield position, and that's where he's meant to play. David said, if anyone finds McLean or Leitner, send them back to Norwich. Been missing since kick-off. Serious wake-up call. Too soft through the midfield. Villa were excellent, but we were shocking. Pretty much sums it up. McLean and Leitner were nowhere to be seen. Both really good players on their day, but Leitner gave the ball away so many times as well. This is a serious wake-up call. Josh Rupert says, feel sorry for Amadou. Definitely not a centre-back, but admittedly was poor today. I agree with you, mate. Amadou needs to be in the central midfield position. As you said, in against Man City, we could see how good he was in terms of his physical presence, but just his positioning sense, he is not a centre-back, and Hanley's got to be in there. Norwich City blog says, awful performance. Villa seem to get 5 goals without really doing anything, in desperate need of better defensive players. International break is needed. Yep, I hate the international break, but it's a good time for it now, isn't it? Because we were awful. And Villa, yeah, they got 5 goals without doing anything special. The 5th goal was nice, but the first goal, Wesley was given so much room. The second goal, he was given even more room. They had a penalty as well, which McGovern made a great save for. It's probably going to be McGovern's only game of the season, but at least he's got that to look back on with fondness. The third goal, Grealish just decided to walk through our midfield. That was probably the most embarrassed for me, because it was such an easy goal and it was straight after half time, and we just thought Farke would have said something. And it was just a woeful day at the office. This was the type of performance we was expecting against Man City. We desperately need a solid defensive midfielder to fill those wide gaps. That was embarrassing. I agree. That was an embarrassing performance by Norwich City, and yeah, a lot of social media are reiterating the point, we need a better central defensive midfielder, and I completely agree. Watching that game, Lightning and McLean were nowhere to be seen. And look, Tetty's probably not the best Premier League player, but just the type, we need a Tetty type player in there. We need a tribal type player, and for me, Amadou is someone who's physically strong like Tetty, and Tetty's weakness is he can't really get around the pitch. Amadou can do both. He's physically strong and can get around the pitch, and Tribal can get around the pitch but isn't physically strong. So I feel like Amadou's got the best of both worlds with Tetty and Tribal, and we need him back. A couple more now. Roger says, Norwich were a bit of a shambles today. Villa's summer investments paying off in style. They were better in every department. Villa deserved to win. Their fans were better as well. I'll tell you what, the one positive I found in the game actually was, it was towards the end of the game, the Norwich City fans were leaving, but the Norwich City fans, it was a loud roar of on the ball City and City till I die, and I love that. Even when we're having bad performances, that loud roar of on the ball City, the City till I die, just still show what football's all about, and that community and that togetherness. But Villa deserved the win. Summer investments paid off. Wesley looks a really good player, but admittedly they didn't even do too much. James Loach, Norwich City outplayed, outclassed and embarrassed by Aston Villa today. Villa made us look a League One side. Buendia looked like he was in League One. Yeah, it wasn't a good day at the office, was it? And Villa made us look a League One side. I was thinking for some moments this could be a Norwich City 1, Colchester 7. We were that bad. And Villa, I feel like if they stepped on the gas a bit more, they could have got more goals. That's how bad we were today. Finally, Matty, conceding 5 goals at home to Villa is nothing short of criminal. Fuck's sake, Norwich. Yeah, sums it up, Matty. As I said, Villa, it's not like if it was Norwich City 1, Villa 5, I could understand, but Aston Villa, there are candidates, there are relegation candidates, and we were absolutely dreadful today. So overall, just really disappointed, really embarrassed. We need Amadou or Tetty in that central defensive midfield position because we're getting overrun in the midfield. We need Hanley back, I would say, even though he's probably not the best. We're definitely missing Zimbo, and we got to defend better. And even going forward as well, our decision making needs to be better. An embarrassing day at the office. Leave me your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with me, and thank you for staying with Norwich on this difficult afternoon. Norwich 1, Aston Villa 5. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.